Hi everyone, hello on YouTube. Let's see if Facebook wants to play the game tonight. It does, excellent. Here we go, going live. I just realised I didn't put the title in on Facebook. Oopsies. I'll fix that up after the class. Okay.
I'm going to put the YouTube link.
Hello. Excellent, beautiful. I just realised that I'm not quite high enough. 1 second. Right, I think. Yep, we're all good there. Better. You can see everything now. Excellent. Beautiful. Oh, hello, Tina. I'm just
a good title on YouTube at all.
yeah.
On Facebook at all.
I know.
I can't edit it.
I've got to go in and edit it after class.
No. So what you do is you can type it in now.
Oh, I can? Okay. 1 second, everyone.
Are you sharing her, Alyssa?
Yeah. I'm just putting this in here.
I'm just
putting the YouTube link into the video so it's there. Just waiting.
Oh dear Lord Jesus. Okay, no, I've got my laptop in split screen. I'm gonna do it after
Okay, make sure you do
class. Yeah. Sorry about that. I forgot to give the video a title on Facebook. And yeah. Got my camera on split screen, so then it's easier for me to make sure I don't miss anyone's comments. Hello, Ina and Di. Right, excellent. So tonight, I thought that we would do, well, something with pink in it, because I love pink. But not only that, we have been moving around the storeroom, as everyone knows. Look. And I came across
you picked that one, did you?
a packet of serviettes. Well, I came across many packets of serviettes.
Hundreds of packets of serviettes.
So I was
Hundreds of packets.
hundreds of packets. So I was thinking that we could make kind of like a fairy foss land scene.
Do you know, I've come up with what my position in the new office is? Left, right, outside.
Well, okay. Dad was maybe promised in the initial conversation at the very beginning that he'd have room in the office for his self. And now that we're about, I would say, a good 95% of the way through, we've worked out that he doesn't have any room in the office. So that's that. Let's get on to this class though. So I've just removed the backing of the serviette because this can get quite annoying once we start creating, because it just ends up sticking but not the actual pattern through the glue. So got rid of that one. It's not helpful to us. I've put it in my collage box. I'll use it on a canvas later for filler. So got a few different pieces and things that we can use tonight. I've got obviously my serviette, and then I've got this one here from Happy Land, this rice paper. I don't know why I got the disco thing. I don't really.
You know, you've got Inga and Tina on
YouTube. Yeah, I said hello to them. But I think I pronounced Ingna's name wrong originally, so I'm so sorry. It happens often to a lot of people, unfortunately, in my life.
Your name wrong, not you pronounce names wrong.
Yeah. It's just me. Okay, and then so I've got like a gingerbread house, I was thinking, and then like a hot chocolate, and I got some cookies. Yeah, because my new nickname's what is it? Snacky John, because I do love a good snack. Also known as Snacky Ann is Miss Amelia. So in paying respects to my new nickname, Snacky John, let's get our cupcake builder stencil out of here. It's all good. Yeah.
It's very fitting.
Thank you, Edna. So sorry about that. Oh, hello, Diana. Watching on the tube. Oh, excellent. And hello, Karen. Beautiful. Making sure Facebook's still working. It's not always a guarantee some nights. Okay. So just as a heads up as well, while I find this ice cream stencil, our mixed media classes have been moved to a fortnightly rotation, just because I have uni class just before our class. Like, I have a uni lecture literally probably 30 minutes beforehand, and some weeks I also have youth council on at the same time as my uni lecture, so Mondays are a little bit hectic. So we've gone.
Monday is Tina in the Creative Hub.
Oh, next Monday is Tina in the Creative Hub.
That's exciting.
That should be very exciting. So, but tonight, if we come back and focus, we've got our ice cream and cupcake stencils we're going to use. We've used these once before on a class. I love these bad boys. And I think we've taught an in-store card making class with them maybe once as well, which was quite fun. Kids building cupcakes, always good fun. So let's come in and build a bit of our scene. So I think I want to actually put this down as like my base layer, and then come in and put in like my house, and I might put like the rice, fill in my house with some of the rice paper. That is our whingy cat in the background. I'm so sorry. She's old.
Yeah, she's old. She's not allowed to do whinging.
She is in no pain. She's refusing to eat dinner, so, and she is in a well looked after home, despite what she'll tell you.
No one carried to the bowl. That's why she refused to eat.
Yes. So let's come in and just remove these ones. These are the fluoro acrylic inks. I also want to use these tonight because
sitting in the bag for 3 months.
I conned my mum into buying them for me because I wanted to use them so badly, and then send the video to my younger brother, who would be jelly. But kind of forgot about them in a stressful peak of life. So, but I reckon this red fluoro would look beautiful if we mixed it with like a little bit of white to make it like a pastel.
Yeah.
That puts pressure on you. No. Yes, it is an exciting idea. And then blue as well. So let's just put the other three. I don't think we're going to use the, like, there, even if there is, oh, we might get the yellow. We're going to stick to 3 colors, I reckon. Or else we might become a little bit heavy on color. I do have these paint tubes here as well, just in case the inks don't turn out exactly the way I thought they would. I'm actually quite well organized tonight, which is surprising. So let's come in and get a bit of this Deco Podge. I am loving this glue because it's nice and thin. It means that when we stick down our rice paper or our serviette paper, it dries really quickly, so we can do paint pen techniques during a class where we've used rice paper as the base layer. So we're just going to come in.
You're gonna go out
and stick this down. What I love about a good serviette is that the fact that see how the print here doesn't stop, like it's not like a sharp stop, it's like a seamless pattern that you can line up. I love that, because then we can just come and line it up there. And we're going to put the glue on top. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to come and stick this page. We're actually going to come in and use the glue that we've put on top to feather it lightly. And then there we go. Look at that. One page. Oh, hello, Diane. Doing some fussy cutting for the retreat. Oh, yay. Mum's done our fussy cutting, I think. I'm not going to do our fussy cutting for classes that we share the same stuff for, because I love to leave the white border, and Mum's not a particular fan of white border and fussy cuts, so.
Can
Yeah, that's how that works. So let's come in and get this once again layered up. I think this decoupage is going to be really good when we hit summer as well. It means we can do like super layering. We didn't have this glue back in last summer. Don't get me wrong, summer it's still hot enough that we could do super layering with gel medium, but I want to really do one canvas on a video, like one of, I haven't done any more work on it since you last saw it, just as a heads up before you see it, but one of these style canvases. Oh, I might have done a little bit of work since you last saw it. So then you can see how collage can work on a larger scale, but it just requires a lot of drying time. So I think this decoupage might be the way to go for us to do it. I also want to do one where I show you how I put clay onto canvases as well, because it's a little bit of a trick against gravity thing, but it is lots of fun to do those ones there because you can just play and make forms. So I really want to do that in summer. Was planning to do it in winter and then, remembered how long it takes for things to dry. But now that we're in spring, we might be doing it in October because it is quite hot in central Queensland at the moment. Not to brag for anyone who's living south of us. But it is nice and warm, which is beautiful. Right, and that's nearly dry. Perfect. So let's come in and make our pastels up. And so we're just going to, with the fluoros as well, I'll show you the difference. So on our non-fluoro ones, it's a round tip. So on our fluoro inks, it's a pointed tip. It's just going to help because the fluoros are typically a heavier ink. What's happened here? Okay, 1 minute. Interesting. Okay, 1 minute. Sorry, I will talk to Mum about this. There we go. We don't need too much because we're just doing a pastel coverage. Hey, Mum. Mum.
Yeah.
I need you to have a look at the fluoros. It's not inking. Like it's not sucking up ink and then dropping it out. Yeah, I've got ink all over that one. Try that one.
What's hoo-ha?
Yeah. We'll be in contact. They look like beautiful colors. Anyway, sorry about that. Let's just come in and get a bit of our white next to it. So you can't really see it at the moment.
We'll ring them tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know how many how many of those have we sold?
Oh, we'll be looking at the system tomorrow. Okay. We're dealing with that. We didn't know that they were like that. But anyway, the beautiful colors, once we get that dealt with, they'll be back up online for sale. Oh, I know. I'll just have to stick a paintbrush in it. What a problem there. Hi, Karen. Hi, Cheryl. Okay, so let's come in and make up our pastels. So there is our pastel purple. It's a very light pastel. That was just using the fluoro purple. It makes a beautiful lilac. And then our pastel / cotton candy pink. Look at that. Perfect. And then, last but not least, our pastel blue. There we go. So they're all 3 quite light colors. Oh, hello, Lisa. Ciao. So, by the looks of it, I don't know if it's just me, but it's not, the ink tip is not actually like it's, when you hold it down and then you release it, it's not actually sucking up any ink in the new style tips. So, that's the problem with this set, but we will look into it because it might just be our batch. So we'll have to contact everyone, and figure out a deal with the supplier. But that's okay. We're going to use these colors anyway because I like them. And let's come in. I accidentally had a bit of that fluoro down. So let's come in and using a blending brush. And what I think I might do is I might wet the blending brush slightly. There we go. Just so then we can get these inks and the pastels to move a bit better that we've made. The idea is to get a bit of a fairy floss look going for us with the blending brush, but a thin layer of fairy floss look. And I do like, I accidentally had a bit of red there, but I think I might actually come in and do like a bit of a droplet there. Go grab that. There we go. There's those ones. Okay. I find that I really need to shake my ink bottles. Okay. I'll have a look into it after class. Sometimes it's just me. Okay, let's have a look. So let's dry this. This is our first layer of paint. It's a very important layer. Now let's just do a little bit of scene creating. So I might actually come in and bring you a bit closer for this bit. So it's just touch dry. We haven't dried it through fully, obviously. I'm just letting my blending brush sit for a moment while it soaks, and then we'll remove it in a second. Just grabbing out my cookies. Very important cookies. You get 2 stacks of cookies. And then let's grab out our strips. Okay, so let's bring you close so we can build kind of our scene. How's that? Everyone can see that nicely? Beautiful. Excellent. Right, so you're nice and close. You can see the different little colors, the pastels. Now, what I was thinking was that I could actually have the anything coming up there, but where's my scissors? So what I was thinking was that we could have our chocolate milk like pouring, and then could have these ones here stacked up on top of each other, and it could like be falling off. And then we could have our house with like, 1 second. And then have it so we so then we have our gingerbread house down there like so. That bit there just leaning across it, but then we can come in and paint the bits flowing down. We come in and we fill in all of our little bits and pieces. So let's just what we might do is come in and edit our cookie. And have our this one here laying, yeah, that way. Because then what we can do is have it so that it's pouring down on it. There we go. It'll look pretty cool once we've painted it. So let's just come in and get started. I think we need to stick these down. At least our white linens. And I want to kind of make these into a bit more of a road. So I'm just going to come in and not cut every strip. Cut a few strips. So there we go. Just 2 there. And 3 there. And then it's not straight either, as you can tell. And 3 and then 1. Okay, let's come in and do this. So we need a bit of our decoupage. Nice. And then let's just come in at this point and there we go. Get the blending brush out of our water because it's soaked for long enough. There we are. And now while it sits there, let's come in and stick these ones down. So I know that this is where my mug's going to go. So let's just put a bit of glue down where it's going to go. Bit of glue on the back of our mug. Stick it down. And then let's lift up these ones. Come in. Stick our base piece down and then this piece on top. Right, and we're just not sealing it just yet because we might need to move it over just slightly. Right. There we go. Nice and easy. And then what we're going to come and do is first we're going to stick down our house where we want it to go. So I want my house to be about here, I reckon. So this is just, you know, where you kind of want things to go. The rest of it. Stick this one down. Then put a bit more glue down. This bit here is where we're going to need plenty of glue to be our friend. And then, what was that other bit? This will be a bit of a link. Okay. So there's our glued bits down. Now what we want to come and do is we want to come and fill in slash, it's not draw inside the lines, it's paint inside the lines. So let's grab our palette and we're going to grab our watercolor palette because we've got plenty of colors to work from here. And then we're going to grab a bit of our white out. And I'm also going to put some of this yellow pink acrylic down. Oh, we haven't opened it. First one to open it. Yay! And then we're also going to put I think a little bit of purple out and we'll see how we go from there. So let's come in and do kind of what we know. So we know that this here it's going to be falling out is chocolate milk. So we're going to grab some of our brown. Just making sure you can see everything. I don't want to lift you guys up too much. So just some of this oak slash umber brown. And then some of our white. And we're going to make it first quite a light brown and just come in and paint quite loosely with a small paintbrush. where our chocolate milk's going to fall. And I think we might have gone too hard on that first one. So just coming in with the gauze to remove anything that you think might be a little bit too high hum. And just kind of deciding how far you wish it to go in this first little bit. There we go. And now while we wait for that little bit to dry, let's come over here. And we know, well, I kind of know what color I want my house to be, because what I'm thinking is if we made our house a bit of this browny color, but then the details, for example, our windows and doors and the top of our roof, well, the snow / cotton candy on our roof can be a different color. So just coming in, getting that light brown on there. There we go. So let's come back over to our chocolate milk here. So what we really want to do is we want to make our cookies a slightly different color. So we're just going to add a little bit of this terracotta color to our brown, and then just get a little bit of our white, so then it's like a milk chocolate type flavored cookie. And what we're going to come and do is we're just going to completely cover all of the white, all of the white linen here for our cookies before we get too far with the overflowing chocolate milk. I know. So just keep coming. And around. Now, right now they look a little bit messy. Oh, hi, Camilla. I think that's how it's pronounced your name. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's come in with a bit of our brown and a bit of our black watercolor. and no white. And this is where we're going to come in and just paint our chocolate chips. But I think we need to dry this first. So let's just come in and give it a bit of a dry. Okay, and then let's just paint in our chocolate chips. So depends where you want them to go. There are little bits and pieces on the white linen cookie cutouts that we've got here that kind of show where they're supposed to go. Okay. And now what we're going to come and do is get our hot chocolate a little bit more defined by coming in and making it opaque but yet darker. So we make it opaque by adding in the white, but then we make it darker by continuing to add in dark brown. And then what we'll do is have some loose swirls in it, and then just come and dry it. Excellent, thank you so much. Just drying this one here. So it probably looks like a little bit mozz-y right now, but it's okay.
I don't know if you've got time to play Lego because it's after 7:30. Did you get it out of the jars? They mustn't be sealed around the rubber.
I don't know.
top.
We'll have to deal with it after
There must
class.
be something in there. There's plenty of liquid. It's the right consistency.
Yep.
Now I've got fluoro watermelon colour on me. Something's wrong with that.
Yeah, we'll have a look at it after class.
Is it the same with all the others?
Yes, we'll look at it after class. Okay, so let's just grab
Good girl.
our fan brush and the brown. No, only when people walk past. And just get the brown.
Because she's breathing.
And then let's grab a bit of water. So then
Unfortunately, that's true.
we go. And if you get flicks where you don't want them, you can just come and rub them off with your piece of gauze. I have a safety piece of gauze on my desk all the time. Very helpful. Right, there we go. Now we're just going to let that dry for just a second over there. Now let's come and work on our house. So we're jumping between the two. So I'm going to give things time to dry, or else what happens is it ends up a little bit muddy. So then we're going to come in with, I think, this yellow peachy color. We're just going to fill in that gap there, so it's like fairy floss. And then I reckon if we made the door a very light purpley color, and the chimney that color also, and then if we made the pink, the windows. Oh, thank you. A light. I hope you guys can start seeing the shape of it. We make a very light pastel pink with the magenta color. There we go. We just come in and fill that in. And then what we want to do is, while we've got this pinky color, I've overheated my heat tool. That's fine. While we've got the pinky color on our paintbrush, we're just going to add a bit more white to it. We want to come in and add in some marshmallows. So just like 3 little marshmallows. And then we'll let those bits dry there. And let's grab the yellow pinky color. And just a bit of white. And that can be the color for our mug. What we want to do is we kind of want to fill in everything. And then we're going to come in and outline it. When we add the outline, it'll look spectacular. So let's just keep coming in. There we go. And then what we want to do is, while all of that dries, where's our builder stencils? Let's grab these ones here. So we want an ice cream that's fallen on top of our house, I reckon. And a cupcake that's sitting over here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to grab our sponge. We're going to, once again, just come and cut that bit that's hardened on the end of our sponge off. And then come in and firstly get our wrapper color, which will be the purple. Let's just grabbing a bit of that pastely purple. You might have to make up a little bit more as you go, but it doesn't have to be exact. Just a heads up, and we want that to be fairly layered. Just coming in. The main thing with using a sponge is you want your sponge to be dry when you use it. And then let's come and do our cupcake flavor, which I think will be chocolate. So let's grab a bit of the watercolor brown. So just getting my sponge into that watercolor. I'm not adding any water to it. I've already mixed it and wasn't enough. Right, 1 second. There's the brown paint. Oh, there it is. Okay. I do prefer to use watercolor when I paint the style, just because it's a little bit more forgiving sometimes. But for the stencil, it is easier to use acrylic. So we're just going to use the bit umber color with a bit of white.
We only have 10 to 8.
To get our cupcake top.
Probably time to
Beautiful. And then let's get our cherry
get organised.
or our
Clean your teeth.
bow on top.
I'll bring that up so you can clean your teeth.
So let's get a different sponge. This one here I think will work good. Yep. And for the bow, we might go for the we want kind of a light bluey color. So let's get this teal out. And then just a little bit. Naomi, when's the next Brisbane pop-up? The next Brisbane pop-up is in November, I believe, Antonio. It should be a fun one. It's in the middle of November, I believe. Still a little bit away, but not really if you look at all the dates. How everything lines up. Okay, and then let's come in, and on top we'll do a bit of this pink, but without any white on it. So just the dark pink. There we go. So you can't really fully see it, but it is there. 1 second, we've moved down. It is there. And then let's come and do... Where's... Oh, hold on. We might make our cupcake again. So let's come in over here. And we'll make our a second cupcake, I reckon. And I reckon this time around we'll do the base as a pastel teal. We'll do the cupcake flavor as this brownie color. And we just kind of line it up as we go with the builders. So you just want to keep moving it down so then it's like a little bit covered. So you cover like a little bit of the layer below it. So then it all sits nice and seamlessly on top of each other. And then the bow we might do in purple, if I can get my go. And then the top.
Millie just goes to me, "Did you have a haircut today?" And I said, "Did I go to work looking like this?" She goes,
This is a heads up so you get some context. Mum did go to hair today and her hair was quite curly this morning.
and it's straight now.
It is fully straight now, so shows you how much Amelia pays attention. Okay. Right, how are we looking here? Is this nearly dry? I think so. Let's come and add a second layer over here and then we'll do our ice cream going on top of our house. So let's come in. What we want to do is we want to make our marshmallows a little bit more pinker. So let's just grab a bit of this pink, a bit of white, and then come in go. So we are, and then we need to add a bit of this pink first of all to our mug. A bit of a gradient there. And then let's come in and do a bit of brown, just slightly over top of our marshmallows, but we need a fair bit of white, so we're just coming in and just and once again, if you think you've added too much, we can just come in and lightly remove, but I don't think we have, because what we're also going to do is just grab a bit of that brown. And just keep going across the page here. My watercolors don't get the best treatment, just as a heads up. Okay, and then we actually need to come and add just some of this acrylic brown paint in, because we don't want our house to be so gappy. Need it to be a little bit less gappy, if that makes sense. So then let's just, yep, do that there. And then we need to add in some of this lighter brown in our cookie area. This probably won't make sense fully until we're like doing our outlines, but I promise you it's important. Then just coming in and doing a bit of just a white line along a mug there, and then just, yeah, we'll do that with paint pen. Excellent. Now let's come in and do our ice cream. Very important, the ice cream. Very, very important. So let's grab our stencil. Now, how do we want our ice cream to sit? Do we want it to sit like this? Or like this? I actually think if it went this way. So let's come in. Where's our sponge? So our first layer is going to be this purple. And then our next layer after that's going to be the bluey type color. And then the next layer after that will be a bit of the pink. I'm not too afraid of my sponge mixing the colours up because we're aiming for a bit of that pastel-like effect. And then our next colour will be that brown. A bit of the white. And then we're also going to have the wafer sitting on top there, like so. Okay. And then let's just grab out our small paintbrush, wherever I put it, over there. Excellent. We just want some of this colour a little bit more prominent, and then we want this one here to actually go over our ice cream cone. I had to do the ice cream cone as the last bit because I wanted to make sure it sat on the house how I wanted it to. Go. Okay, so right now it looks a little bit like blobs on blobs on blobs, I can imagine, to all of you. But what we need to do is we need to dry it and then outline it. And I promise it will look amazing. So we're really going to use the Mont Mart paint pens. Mum, where's the white Mont Mart paint pen? So let's just dry this one. Okay, there's that. Right, so we've got two ends. We've got the fat end, or the thick end. We've got the thin end. We might use, I think we're going to use the thick end, so then we get like the best look. So let's just come down. Don't want to go too close that you don't see everything, but too far not to see anything. Okay, so let's move that one. And we're going to start with our black outlines first. What we're actually going to do first is we're just going to come in. That's dry there. Okay, and then I need to come and do just come in and do that there, and then those ones. Put a bit of paint on this. Okay, there we are. And then night night, Mealy. Come in and do a few lines in our hot chocolate, and then let's give our marshmallow some shape. Just about coming in and then doing like a little line in the center of it. So drawing around because it makes them look 3D. And then we do a few splash marks there. Okay. There we go. And then come in and do the inside of our handle. Yeah, like so. And then just do a bit of a mark there. And a bit of a line there. And then Smelly is quite sweet when she wants to be. Now we want to add in, I think, a few lines there, but let's come and now outline the bits around our cookies. So this is a little bit difficult because like our cookies are obviously textured because they were a white linen cut to help us get the right shape. There we go. And then come and outline our cupcake. There we are. Nice and outlined, and then let's outline our cookies. So one second, sorry. This paint pen has been for a little bit of a hard life. Hopefully they're starting to look like stacked cookies. It's a bit hard to tell on my end. And I'm just actually following where the light linen raised bits are. So I'm literally just outlining those picture cuts that we originally stuck down. I'm not drawing any new line. They are the lines from the white linens. Okay, and then there's those ones. And now let's move over to the other side of our art journal page. This proves how effective an outline is realistically. Let's come in and do our cupcake first before we do our house. So just and what we're going to do is our ice cream as well. We're going to add some details in a minute with our paint pens. In a second. There we go, and then let's come and do home house. And then there's that one. And then we are. And now there we go. And then let's just come in and do these ones. We are going to come in and do a bit of white outlining too to get a little bit more pop to our layout in a second. But what we might do is we're just going to come in first. Hey, Mum, where's the white mop paint pen?
It's my desk, I said.
Oh, I did not hear you. Yes, ice cream is very important. Yes, the ice cream is always very important.
I did say my desk.
Oh, okay. I did not see that. Oh, thank you. 1 second, my laptop's giving me a low battery moment. It's got 28%. Yeah, it's got 28%. It's just being cautious. Okay. Now let's come in. So we're just done a bit of a pattern on our ice cream cone, and then we're just going to come in and do these ones. And then I think with our pastel pink paint pen, give our pink ice cream some dots, and then a few flowers on our mug, and then just some light pink areas on our mug area, and then just coming in on the windows there. And then if we grab, okay, oh, there it is. Our pastel purple pen. Come in and grab that one. Go. And then, Mom, there's a cat at the back door. I don't think it's ours. Let's just come in and add a bit of purple here. Okay, and then we just need, I think, a few blue patterns on our first our cupcake wrapper, and then on our ice cream. Just adds a bit of detail to those areas. And then let's come in. Excellent, and fine form. And then starting off with, let's just do a few ones in there, and then one second, sorry. There we go. Like I said, our paint pens have a bit of a hard life sometimes. But that's better. That's what I was looking for originally. And then there's those ones. And now
Cat.
I don't think it's our
I feel
one.
like I'm a servant to cats or something.
It's I don't think it's ours. I think it's the Tom. And then the trick is just not to add too much white, or else what happens is it loses its effectiveness. Okay, there we go. And then I do think we need a little bit there, and then this one here to be a little bit thicker on that side. Okay. I think that side of the page is done.
Oh, very good.
Ooh,
Tried to convince me today we need another teacup collection.
well, I do love a good springtime tea party layout. And then let's come in.
Have you used that before?
The rice paper.
That serviette
Oh yeah, I know I've used the serviette before.
was springtime tea party.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Just letting Mum register that I know. Okay, then let's come in and do that there. I think we're starting to lose ink again because we've clogged it up with glue. I know when it was Saturday night and we taught a class and well, sometimes things don't always happen to plan. Okay, and then let's come in. And then, yeah, I think that might be it for the white pen. And then there is just something that we need. Yes, so you've got to do a lot of the background work first. You just got to like trust yourself to add in all the different layers while it kind of looking like a bit of a blob, because once you add in that pen work, it looks amazing. But if you haven't done the detail behind, it doesn't look as good, does that make sense? Okay, right, where's that sponge we had? Oh, look, that blending brush. Okay, so now what we want is we need a bit of this white and a little bit of the tealy colour. Just mix it so that it's as light as I want it. Yep, and then we're just going to come in and give this edge on this bit here. Just a slight little bit of teal. And then up here as well, just slightly a little bit of teal. And then we're also going to do this with a bit of the purple. So we're just going to grab a bit of the purple. We're going to use the same blending brush because purple and teal do work well together. So I think that's as long as we're going to get it. So let's come in and give it a bit there. And then put it a little bit, just needs a bit more blending out. There we go. Bit here. I think a little bit up here and just a smidge more down the chocolate area down here. And then for the center, because the center kind of looks a little bit untouched at the moment, let me find a sponge that we haven't used yet. That is dry. No, I'm not trusting that sponge. That sponge is a little bit too, still a bit damp. Okay. Yeah, this one here will work. Okay, and then just need the rest of that white. Some of this peachy apricot colour, which I just realised you can't see down the bottom, but I am, hold up, let me lift you so they can see. So I am mixing them down the bottom here. So then, needs a bit more white in there. When we come and add in the colours, they're the correct colour, if that makes sense. Let me just Get a bit more white. And then just come in and apply it. Right on the edge. I'm not applying this with my fingers because I want a fairly thin layer. So then I can still see all of my tissue paper from behind. So then we go. And then let's come in and just, where's that black pen real quick? Wrong end. That would have ended badly. Give that a bit of that. Then put down a little bit of white pen. On the outside of our lines there. And there we go. I think we are possibly done. What do you all think? Let me just lower it again so then all of you can see it. Oh, a bit too close, I think. There we go. So there is our Ice Cream Land layout. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's a little bit more illustrated than what we normally do. We'll be back to abstract, I'm sure, next fortnight. But next week on Monday is Tina's class. So, and that's in the Creative Hub. Let me just put the, need a bit more, this line needs to be a bit darker here. And then that one there and that one there also need to be a bit more. There we go. Sorry. I promise you now I am fully finished. Yes, now I'm fully finished. Sorry about that. There we go. Excellent. Okay. I am... Hold up 1 second. Before I keep saying it. Yeah. Okay. I am done now. That is tonight's layout. So once again, thank you all for coming. I hope you had lots of fun. And we'll see you throughout the week. Cutie Bugs retreat is this weekend. So if you haven't decided to participate in this retreat, you'll get to see all the new stuff for the first time on our box opening this week and on our 2 open classes on Friday and Saturday night. And it should be loads of fun. So thank you all for coming, and we shall see you throughout the week. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Bye.